Dr. Nerurkar, first off, thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and start with that breaking news from Moderna. The company says the results from a new trial show that the vaccine did, in fact, generate a really strong immune response in kids between 6 and 11. But what is your take on those findings? Do those findings give you confidence?
You know, Morgan, this is an exciting development. We've all been reading about the press release. We don't have the actual data. So the press release was sent out early this morning at 8:30. It's a trial of 5,000 kids between the ages of 6 and 12. And there's a great immune response. You know, the robust immune response is 1.5 times that of young adults. So this is all very reassuring, and the data will now go to the FDA. I don't think we can hold our breath, though, for the Moderna vaccine to be approved in this young age group quite yet. We're still waiting on FDA approval for the age of 12 to 17 for the Moderna approval.
And speaking of that, I mean, do you have confidence in the findings when it comes to kids? Would you recommend that parents give these shots to their children?
Absolutely, Morgan. I think many parents who are also physicians are very eager to vaccinate their children. Unfortunately, about 30 to 40% of parents are still on the fence. So we must do more to educate parents to help vaccinate children. We know that that is the way out of this pandemic.
And speaking of the way out of this pandemic, when we talk about these booster shots, I know there's been a lot of questions about the idea of mixing and matching booster shots. Zelensky said that she wasn't going to give any sort of very specific prescription about how and which shots you should mix and match. But adults who got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine more than 2 months ago are, in fact, eligible to get any of the 3 vaccine boosters. Should they go for a different one? Do you recommend this mixing and matching for people, especially who had J&J?
So, Morgan, this J&J, the 15 million Americans who have had the J&J vaccine, either of the mRNA vaccines are totally inappropriate. So either the Moderna or the Pfizer, the data is very on par. And this is specifically for a subset of those who've had the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, particularly women under the age of 50 or those with a clotting disorder are recommended to get a booster with either the Moderna or Pfizer.
Our very own Dr. Aditi Nerurkar. Dr. Nerurkar, thanks so much for joining us.